This is Nikko Jenkins, a convicted killer responsible for one of the most brutal sprees in Omaha, Nebraska's history. Over just 10 days, Jenkins murdered 4 people. His violent past began early at just 15. He was sent to a youth correctional facility and later served 10 years in prison for carjacking and assault. But only a month after his release, the killings began. Jenkins shot and killed 2 people during a robbery. 8 days later, his next victim, a former inmate he had met in prison, was found dead in his own garage. 2 days after that, Jenkins struck again, murdering his 4th victim during a carjacking. When police arrested him on unrelated charges, ballistic evidence linked the ammo from one of the killings directly to Jenkins, exposing the full extent of his rampage.
Do you not realize I got Nikko Jenkins? Do you not realize that? I got Nikko Jenkins. I got you.
What do you mean you got me?
I got your DNA at the murder scene. I got your DNA in the car.
Sir.
I got the weapon. I got Nikko Jenkins.
Jenkins later pleaded no contest to 4 counts of first-degree murder. He also waived his right to a jury trial, leaving his fate in the hands of a 3-judge panel. It would now be up to them to decide whether Nikko Jenkins was guilty or insane.
Therefore, this panel finds that the death penalty is appropriate, should be, and is hereby given for each of the 4 murders by the defendant.
When the judges delivered their decision, Nikko Jenkins was sentenced to death. But as the sentence was read, he appeared completely unfazed, emotionless. Today, Jenkins remains incarcerated at the Nebraska State Penitentiary, awaiting his execution. This is Michael Brady, a convicted felon whose desperate attempt to escape prison led to one of the deadliest days in North Carolina's correctional history. During the chaos at the Pasquotank Correctional Institution, 4 prison workers lost their lives.
I stabbed him like 4 to 8 times. She was supposed to go down in 1 hit. I hit Jeffrey Howe until he stopped moving. I don't know how many times I hit him with a hammer.
At the time, Brady was serving a 24-year sentence for attempted murder after opening fire on a North Carolina state trooper. Just 4 years into his term, he and 3 other inmates carried out a horrifying plan. Armed with hammers and scissors, they brutally murdered 4 prison workers in a violent escape attempt that shook the entire state.
That man, Michael Brady, beat that man, George Midget, like he was trying to bust concrete.
During the trial, prosecutors argued that Michael Brady was the mastermind behind the attack, the one who planned every detail. They described him as cold, calculated, and completely without remorse for the killings.
We know who originated the plan. We know who led the plan. We know who put the actions in place to furtherance of the plan.
After Brady is found guilty, he now takes a stand at his sentencing.
I'm up here to tell the truth. You can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna tell the truth. How it was, whether it hurts me, whether it helps me. I don't care about that.
And sir, you don't believe you're crazy, do you?
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
And you do know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
So you know murder is wrong?
Murder is a different name for a death, but yes.
Your freedom meant more than their lives.
Yes.
And now, the judge reads out the jury's recommendation.
Jury unanimously recommending that the defendant be sentenced to death.
Brady seems completely emotionless, and the judge later agrees on the death penalty, where he now sits locked up in Colorado, awaiting his death. This is Austin Myers and Timothy Mosley, 2 young men convicted of the brutal murder of one 8-year-old, Justin Back, in Waynesville, Ohio. The pair broke into Justin's home, hoping to steal a safe that belonged to his father, but the robbery quickly turned deadly. During the attack, Justin was strangled with a choke wire, a crime that shocked the small Ohio community.
Would create no mess, pretty much be an easier job to handle. Obviously, Justin was trying to put up a fight, and he wasn't overpowering us.
Justin Back was then stabbed 21 times until he died.
Justin was trying to ask us why. He was pleading to stop, pretty much begging for his life.
On trial, Timothy Mosley agreed to testify against his friend, Austin Myers, in exchange for a plea deal. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison. But for Myers, the stakes were far higher. He took the stand before the jury pleading for his life, asking them to spare him for the sake of his family, hoping to avoid the death penalty.
If you choose for me to die, it's only going to cause more pain and suffering for another family, not me. It won't hurt me. I won't feel anything. It's going to hurt more innocent people.
This is now the father of Justin Back speaking.
I'm going to stand up here and tell you how much I hate you. That is without question. I would just hope that every time you close your eyes at night, you see my son Justin.
After the jury recommended the death sentence, this is Myers' last chance to plead for his life in front of the judge.
No, I've made a horrible mistake. I'm only 19 years old. I think there's a lot of good things I can do with my life if you allow me to keep my life.
But the judge isn't convinced. Unmoved by Myers' plea, he delivers the maximum sentence, death. With that, Austin Myers becomes the youngest person on Ohio's death row.
The defendant does not understand how precious life is.
This is Markeith Lloyd, a convicted killer found guilty of murdering a police officer in Orlando, Florida.
I'm raising a relationship that then, for somebody else I have absolutely don't know nothing about, and they frame me.
Before the murder of the officer, Markeith Lloyd was already a wanted man on the run after killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend. A month later, surveillance footage captures Lloyd entering a Walmart in Orlando. Moments after he walks in, Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton arrives. She grabs a shopping cart and heads inside, unaware that the man she's about to cross paths with is one of the most wanted fugitives in the state. Outside the store, she's alerted to his presence and attempts to arrest him. But within seconds, a gunfight erupts. Lieutenant Clayton is struck 4 times and killed at the scene. Lloyd flees once again, sparking a massive 9-day manhunt across Florida. When authorities finally locate him, Lloyd resists arrest, and during the violent struggle, he loses his left eye. In court, Lloyd takes the stand, claiming he believed everyone was out to kill him.
Nothing, I was just reacting, Mary. I was just reacting. Even when they opened the door, I just reacted. I fired 2 shots, I just reacted.
And this is the moment that Lloyd hears that the jury unanimously recommends the death sentence.
We, the jury, unanimously find the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. No.